There, I was muted. Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Battleground Games live Isolate Together stream. Welcome again to our living room. Amanda is not with me right now. She may join us on stream later if she feels like it. In the meantime, I'm going to hang out with you, our friends in chat, and build some Warhammer 40k minis. I hope that I think I'm not frozen. I think things are working. A word about what this stream is. So, as pretty much everybody knows, it has been recommended that we socially isolate, remove physical contact with other people. But that doesn't mean we can't still hang out with our friends, because we live in the magical era of the internet. So I get to hang out here with you, and you get to hang out with everybody else who hangs out in chat. I have the chat window up. I will be going into work later. Yes, Battleground Games and Hobbies, your friendly local game store, is open. All 3 locations are open at this time. We are open limited hours. We are open from 3 to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. On Saturday, we're open noon to 8, and on Sunday, we're open 11 to 5. So I will be at the store today, mostly doing online shipping and taking care of card orders. If you need magic cards, you can order them at store.battlegroundgames.com, and you can either have them available for in-store pickup, or you can have them mailed directly to you. I'm the guy that does that, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Of course, if you need games, you can come into the store, buy some games. There is no table space for hanging out and playing games in the store right now, which is unfortunate because that is sort of what Battleground is all about, and we miss you, which is why we're doing these streams. But you can come in and purchase games, or models, or role-playing books, or cards, or whatever it is that you need to keep yourself occupied during these times. If you don't feel safe coming into the store, call ahead. Make your order over the phone, and we will bring it out to your car when you get to us. Just drive up to us, tell us you're there. We will bag your stuff up, sanitize it, and bring it out to your car so that you don't even have to worry about coming in. So, I've talked about this before. I very much believe that games are important. Games are what keep us going. Be it, card games, board games, miniature war games. It's a way to contact with people. It's a way to even the playing field by having agreed upon rules that everybody works by. Most of life doesn't work that way. We make the rules up as we go along. With games, with the sort of games that we have at Battleground, there are agreed upon rules, and you work within those, restraints, which can, be a lot of fun. I really enjoy that. So, although Battleground may not be an essential resource to life, I think it is important to mental health, which is why we live, right? So, that's why I'm still going to work. That's why I think Battleground is still important. And we very much look forward to being able to have everybody back in the store when all of this is over. In the meantime, I want to send out some notifications because I sent out a tweet, but I did not send out. I did not post this to Facebook or Discord or anything, so give me a second. I know this is thrilling, right? Watching me post from Facebook. Yeah. So I hope everybody is doing well so far out there. Obviously, these are really challenging times. Copy pasta. I ran out of time this morning. I was planning to do all of the social media stuff and stuff before I went live, not on camera. Obviously, this is suboptimal. HTTPS colon / twitch.tv / Battleground Games Live. So you can find me, Andrew, on Twitter as Tanatoes, Tanatoes. You can find me on Mastodon at Tanatoes at mastodon.social. And I'm in the Discord, which if you look in the links down below there, you'll see our Battleground Discord. I hope that you will join us there, because it is slow. There's not a lot that goes on there right now, but I feel like during this time, we'll probably have a lot more going on. So jump into the Discord, say hello there. Of course, jump into the chat, say hello there. Share to a group. Warhammer. There. One more. I'll post this to the Discord. There we go. Oh, thank you very much for the follow, Eric1375. Welcome to my living room, and enjoy this time of me posting to social media to try and get folks to join in here. So, what we've been doing during this time of social isolation, because we can't have people in the store hanging out and building stuff, is we're hanging out here online with our friends, and we've been doing different things. My wife and I played Spirit Island a couple days ago. That's in the VODs. It's also, I believe, archived now on YouTube. I think I uploaded that. Last night, we played some Magic the Gathering. We played Unsanctioned, the new unset. Boy, was that wild. That was an interesting time. I was playing with the blue deck, and I kept doing stuff that Amanda just, it blew her mind, the kind of things. She was fairly tired. To be fair, we were playing at 8 o'clock at night. And at one point, I played the Old Fogey card. Old Fogey has a ton of keywords on it, and neither of us knew what most of them did, which made it weird. I played Topsy-Turvy, which is a card that reverses the turn order. So instead of going, begin, first main, combat, second main, end, the turn order was end, second main, combat, first main, begin. So you didn't get to draw cards or untap until the end of your turn instead of the beginning of your turn. It was a wild time. So we did that, and some folks hung out with us in chat. And today I'm going to be doing a chill constructing minis stream. You'll forgive me that the audio is not great. I'm using the audio from our streaming laptop today. I had intended to get a lav mic so that I could isolate my audio and it would sound a lot better, but I couldn't find my personal lav mic that I had from my streaming setup, and obviously I haven't been in the store to take any from there. So we'll have that going forward, just not today. The reason I mention this, first, you'll note that the audio is very, very echoey. But second, when I get to construction, I'm probably going to be inadvertently tapping the table. And because the laptop is on the table, you're going to hear a lot of that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. But it is what it is. We're doing a sort of minimalist stream. We don't have a lot of the equipment that we normally have when we're streaming on Battleground Games Live, just because, like I said, we're streaming from my living room. What can you do? But let's see what I'm working on today. So, folks who have been following T'Au army. Very, very slowly. Where did I put them? There we are. Oh, gracious. Back the whole table with my leg. So let's go to Zoom Cam and I'll show off what I've constructed so far. These are my T'Au that I have built and painted and pretty much finished. So it is the contents of the T'Au Kill Team box, which is basically a T'Au fire team. So I've got just a bunch of random T'Au folk. I've got, geez, I keep hitting the table, that's going to be awkward. I've got several with shotgun sort of things. So I don't play a lot of 40k. I am enjoying building the models, but I don't play it a lot. I don't have much time for that, unfortunately. Now that I do have time, I can't because there's not a lot of people to play with when I'm abandoned in my living room. So those are the guys with shotguns. Oh, I've got one more with shotgun. And I've got a bunch, or a couple, with long guns. This guy needs one more coat, I think. He's not completely done, but he's done-ish. He's getting done. Got my T'Au commander. His gun seems to have been warped somewhat in storage. So this T'Au commander was my first experiment in painting before construction. I built him in about 8 hours, and I painted all the pieces not on the sprue, but off the sprue, and then glued them together. I've got my T'Au turret with pistols, and I've got a couple of little drones, droney drones. So that's my kill team squad. It is altogether, depending on how I stat out the commander, because in kill team, your commander has several options and levels. But depending on how I stat him out, that is about, I want to say 50 to 75 points worth of T'Au. It's not much of an army. Like I said, I don't get much opportunity to play. But I figured, while I'm going to be stuck at home, I might as well build some more stuff. So that's my goal over the next couple of days. I'm going to construct and paint some things. I have my XP25 Stealth Battlesuits. I'm not super happy. The whole reason I decided to go with T'Au is that they have a look. They have a very sort of cool sci-fi alien mech look. And I'm not a huge fan of the stealth battlesuits because they look very goofy to me. They look like the penguin aliens from Fifth Element. And I'm not super jazzed about that, but I have been told they're quite handy in a firefight. So I have them. They're also legal in Kill Team, which is why I am using those. And I have the T'Au Empire Commander. Also legal in Kill Team if you're playing with commanders, which are one of the sort of supplementary bits for Kill Team. So I have that. And that's going to be a lot of fun to build. I'm hoping to get that constructed today. We'll talk about that more as we go forward. Do I have anything else? I think that's all I have for construction today. I have another commander unit. It is somewhere in the kitchen. I had it at one point. It's on the table. I just have to find it. So I'm not doing any painting today. My goal is to get... Oh, here he is! Here he is. So I have this tutor. He's a psychic commander, so he doesn't have a psychic phase, but he has buffs that he gives to his team. So he's going to be fun. as you can see, not much construction involved in him, mostly just trimming. He is all one bit. Originally, I believe he was cast in pewter, but now he is in resin. So I need to trim him down a bit and glue him to his base. So I'm not going to do any painting today. What I do need, I'm not going to do any super complicated construction. What I do need are, here we are. My trimmer to snip things off of sprues. Hobby knife. I'm going to need some glue. Hopefully I have glue. Oh, one other thing, but I can't find it now, which is frustrating. Let's see what else we've got. Ha! Glue. I use Snap Gap. I have plastic glue, I think. Yes, I have plastic glue as well. I have Citadel plastic glue. The plastic glue will actually work better than Zap Gap, I think, here. So we'll use that for the most part. Let's see. There's something else I wanted to be able to do, but I might not be able to do it on stream today, which is frustrating. Oh well. So, one of the reasons I was excited about building the T'Au Empire Commander is I'm really trying to push myself and do new things that I'm not comfortable doing. And one of those things is magnetizing. And so I had purchased magnets. I seem to have lost them, which is why I don't know where they went, because they were in this bag, and now they're not. But I was going to drill out the commander. So one of the things that you will find when I open this box is that there are a lot of different options as to how to construct this dude. And I was kind of hoping to be able to magnetize him so that I could swap out parts. I guess I won't be able to do that for him. If I build any larger T'Au, there's a couple of really large units, I will definitely want to do some magnetization, because if you're building a $100 piece and it has multiple options for loadouts, rather than build it several times, I'd rather build it once and choose at the time of play how I'm going to load out its weapons, like what kind of missiles it's going to have, what kind of guns it's going to have. So I guess I won't be doing that for the T'Au Empire Commander, but I will be doing that down the line if I build something larger during one of these streams. In the meantime, let's put some of these paints that have fallen out on the floor away, and let's just dive in and start building something. Like I said, this guy is all one piece, so he's not super exciting to watch me build. So let's put him aside for now. I am, when I get going, going to have to take my glasses off, which means I won't be able to read chat over there. But feel free to jump in and throw bits at me to get my attention if you want me to look up. And for the nonce, I will have chat up on my phone as soon as it loads up here. So you can hop into chat and say hello there, and I will be able to say hello back. There we go. So chat is open. What should I start with? Should I start with the Battlesuits, or should I start with the Commander? I think I'm going to start with the Battlesuits. Start small, and then work up to the Commander. So let's see what's in the box here. I don't have my T'Au manual with me. I didn't bring that. It is back at the store, which means I'm sort of flying blind. One of the things I discovered when I first started building my kill team is that um, because I don't play the game much, I didn't know the impact of, or the result of what loadout I chose. So I just sort of built what I thought looked cool, which is fine, especially for a little fire team. You have plenty of time to build more. But it just means that until I actually started playing, I didn't know what I was building. So let's see what we've got in the box for the XV-25 Stealth Battlesuits. So in the box, we have some stands. These go for the drones and other flyers. The XV-25 actually has the keyword flying, so I don't know. Maybe I can actually build these dudes flying. We'll see. Got a couple of sprues. There we go. 2 sprues with various bits. I can see there that is the base of a drone. So there's at least one drone I constructed in here. Some bases. Let's see, I've got one droney flying base, and it's like 3 32mm and 125mm base. So cool, I've got some bases. That actually will be a circumstance under which I will want the Zap-A-Gap. So I have found, through trial and error, because I'm not one who looks online for stuff, I have found that plastic glue is fantastic stuff for constructing models out of plastic, because it actually melts the plastic somewhat, and it helps to really get very strong seals between pieces. It does not, however, work terribly well attaching these plastic pieces to these bases. These bases are a slightly different type of plastic, so I'm going to use Zap-A-Gap for that purpose. I feel like that'll give me a better seal, a better hold. I've got some decals, or decals, if you desire. I probably shan't be using those, but they're very pretty, and they can give me some ideas for designs. I'm going to be freehanding any designs onto my figures when I get to that stage. And I've got a construction book. So let's see. Read this first, okay? This time I will do that. I'm going to actually read the instructions. Before assembling your model kit, please read through the instructions in this book carefully. A pair of plastic cutters is required to remove the plastic components in this kit from their frame. We advise using a molding scraping tool to clean up parts. I'm just going to use the back of my hobby knife to do that. To assemble your model, you will need plastic glue. Okay, good. Citadel Workshop sells all of these things. Yes, you can get all of these things at Battleground. And if you so desire, you can call the store now, order them, and have us bring them to your car when you arrive at the store. That works at all 3 of our locations. Of course, you can't do it right now because we don't open until 3 p.m. We have shortened hours. We're open on weekdays 3 to 9. All right, so here is this dude here, and he's got 2 different gun options. Now, I have no clue what those 2 guns do, so fun. I'll just build whatever I think is cool, because that's what I do. Interesting. So, there's this little thing here on the 25mm base. I have no idea what that is. I don't recall seeing it when I was going through the rules. Let's see if it says anything about it. Okay, here's the stat block for the Battlesuits. Support systems. here's an alternate load. Oh no, this is en français. Nombre. Also in German. Alright, so the second half of this manual is all stat blocks and instructions, which is in the Kill Team book as well, or both in the Kill Team and the Warhammer 40k books, so I have those. So all I really need is this page here that has the instructions. This is going to be fun and easy, I hope. Alright, shall we start with the drone? I've built drones before, so I feel like that's a good place to start. Because at least I know somewhat what I'm doing. My clippers. And start looking for parts. So the drone is constructed from that little antenna. Why don't they have part numbers? Well, I'm used to there being part numbers, but I guess there's few enough parts here that it's easy enough to find. That antenna there is this piece here. So snoop. Snip. There we go. The drone body there, very easily recognized. If you've built any drones, you know what that is. There we go. Let's see, there's this little drone basey bit here. Is it on this sprue? Got some heads here, some arms. Aha, that drone basey bit, this piece right here. Snoop, snip. There we go. That gun there is this piece. I don't know if you guys can see that, but the cat just joined me. She's going to the front window to inspect. And then this little thing is two pieces here. So, what are those two pieces? Part numbers would make this easier. Let's see if they're on the other sprue. Doesn't look like it. Okay. So I'm looking for these two pieces here. This little square bit here, and this little bit that hangs under it. I suspect they're on this section here, so let's see. Yeah, so this is that little square bit. And this piece here must be this. There. All the bits for my drone. Now, before assembly, do a little bit of neatening, a little bit of trimming. I'm not going to actually build his base yet, because I'm going to want to prime and paint him, and I don't want to accidentally paint his base. I lost my hobby knife. I loaned it to somebody at the store, and I don't know where it got put after it was returned. I'm sure it was returned, so I had to buy myself a new hobby knife, which is fine. My old one was wearing a bit. Okay. Great. Destroy my fingernails live on camera. So, now we have to find the sprue connection bits here. And sort of, we don't want to take too much off, but we want to smooth that out so that when we paint, it won't be obvious what that was. We want to look and see if there's any obvious mold lines that we want to remove. I think these pieces are pretty good in terms of mold lines. I'm using the back of the hobby knife here so that I'm not trimming so much as I am almost sculpting. There we go. Right here. Those are where it was connected to the sprue. Trim those away. I've heard that Necrons are particularly frustrating when if you're concerned about removing sprue bits, because the way that their heads are attached to the sprue is that the sprue is actually attached directly to their foreheads, which means when you're trimming them down, it's quite a challenge. Okay, so there's that. This one has a mold for a sprue connector right on the top there. And one down here where it's going to be glued anyway, so it doesn't have to be ideal there. There. I'm not seeing any obvious mold lines that I'm super concerned about yet. So just minimal trimming required here, which is nice. I am hearing people talking outside. What part of social distancing do you not understand? Maybe they're on the phone. Maybe it's somebody who just needed to go outside and talk on the phone, and that I can completely understand. Because some people require more social contact than others. I told my wife earlier that I can think of nobody I would rather be trapped inside with than her, because the two of us have similar sort of attitudes towards social interaction. I'm very much an introvert, and not having to talk to people is quite nice, although I do wish the circumstances of never having to talk to anybody were a little bit better. That piece looks good. One thing I will say about working with these little bits and doing modeling like this is it makes one realize how huge and stubby one's fingers are. Okay, so there's a bit of a mold line here. I'm gonna sort of just use the back of my hobby knife to scrape along that, smooth it down a little bit. This is where it was attached to the sprue. I want that to be less obvious when I go to the painting step. Ugh. Dude, these things are so small. So small. There we go. Trim that mold line away. Bloop, bloop. All good. I don't know if I'm making this better or worse. requisite bits. Now let's glue them together. Hope that my glue hasn't solidified. One thing I really like about the Citadel plastic glue is the nozzle comes with a stopper. This little pin keeps the glue from setting too much inside the container. So, alright, let's start with, you can't see what I'm looking at here. Start with attaching the gun to the top of this dude. So it's going to go right there. And it's, well, this isn't the gun, this is the antenna. And glue on like that. So this is where modeling becomes a very relaxing hobby. So you have a blue there, and immediately lose the piece that I was gluing on. There it is. Right. I put too much glue in. It's fine. Everything's fine. It's going to go on like this. So, yeah. And then hold it. So this is where modeling is like meditation. You're going to hold it in place, make sure that it's the right angle and everything. Then breathe in, hold, breathe out, hold. And that comes to be about 40 seconds. Let's see if that's gonna hold. There it is. Yeah. So I don't know if you folks can see it at home there, but the plastic glue somewhat melts the plastic itself. Makes it a very strong bond. So leave that to dry a little bit. Work on some of the bottom parts of this drone. So on the bottom, it's got this little thing here, right? And that thing plugs into this on one side, on the long side, and this on the short side. So let's do the short side first. Need just the tiniest dab of glue. You want to fill the hole. You want a little glue in there. There we go. Yeah, it might be too little. There we go. Make sure that I'm putting this on right side up. One of my drones, it's this one. I don't know if you can see that it's a little bit crooked. It's because after I glued it, I realized I had built it incorrectly. I had to unglue it and reglue it. Okay, so this is like this. Hardly even have to hold it. Adjust it there. Yeah, lovely. Give that a few seconds to bond before I go to working on the other side. This is very relaxing. So the other side is this piece. Goes on here like that. Let's glue that on. Definitely, modeling is very much about patience, about taking your time, about enjoying the quiet contemplation right to me. Goes down like that. And then this piece glues onto the bottom of this, like that. I don't know why they made that two pieces. I'm sure they had some reason. I'm just going to put some glue along the inside edge of this. The nozzle is wider than the place I'm trying to put the glue, so I'm putting more glue on my fingers than I'm putting on the model itself. Where did I put the pin in? Try and use that to move the glue into place. There we go. Now I'm going to glue the pin to my table. Yeah. Glue everywhere. There we go. That's good. So that goes on the bottom of this, like so. There. Lovely. Lovely. Look at that. Okay. And this glues onto the bottom of the drone. There. I might not do that today because I might want to paint the bottom of the drone before I glue this in. So I think I'm going to leave this unglued for now. Put that in later. So we'll count this drone is mostly done. There. One piece mostly done. Now, the fun part is to work on some of these dudes here. So, 3 times build this body portion. The body portion is this here. So let's snoop them off. Sorry, headphone users, about dropping that onto the laptop that I'm using for a mic. Snoop. Snoop. There we go. some trimming. Hearing more cars on the road today than I would have expected. Our living room is on the front end of our house, so I can hear folks on the road out front. It sounds like there's more folks driving than I would have expected today. Vacuum the living room when I'm done. I'm definitely making a lot of screw dust. Our snippers are pretty good. They've left me not much to trim, which is nice. Okay. Pretty good. This is very relaxing. However, I am hunched awkwardly. It is eventually going to hurt my back. One more piece. Okay. Let's see. These should be relatively straightforward. They just glue together like that. Like little hockey bits. Let's see where there's going to be a join there. I may want to hit that with some liquid green stuff. It's not bad. Like here, they disguise it by making it part of a sort of a channel in the model. Okay, let's glue these together here. This is definitely a case place where you could go overboard with the glue. I want to be careful not to do that. Come on, glue. It's like meditating. Line all bits up. It's not perfect. You can see that it's coming together pretty well. There's definitely going to be a line here. I don't know how much I care about that. Okay, that's one. Be careful not to get too much glue in there. I don't want glue oozing out of the seams because that looks unpleasant. Oh no! Let's glue that upside down. Apply pressure. So if you're enjoying hanging out with me, I hope that you will hop into our Discord and subscribe there, hang out with us there. We have a Battleground Facebook page, and from there you can get to our Battleground Warhammer 40k page. Battleground Warhammer community, and that's a good place to hang out if you want tips and tricks, or if you want to post pictures of your hobby progress. Yeah, that came out very well. I'm happy with that one. One more. Restopper my glue between gluings so it doesn't solidify. That's not right at all. There we go. A little glue on my fingers, but it's not bad so far. Applying pressure. Got some glue on the model there. Fine. Everything's fine. What's next? 2 times build the Gatling gun. So let's see. That's these bits here. They gave me enough to build 3, but they recommend building 2 of them, so that's fine. So each of those is built from 3 pieces. This piece. This little end piece. And the long barrel of the gun. There's one. Yeah. Where did I put the end of my clippers? That's fine. It'll show up. Time for trimming. Mold lines really are not bad here. There's a little bit on the back of this gun here. Not doing this for any professional competitions or anything, so mostly I'm doing this out of my own personal desire for as smooth a look as possible. I will say, when doing this, you can tend to become obsessed with microscopic details. Serena at the store is fond of saying that with her models, uh, she only really cares if they're table ready. If you can hold them at arm's length and not see any of the blemishes, that's fine for her. And that's a good attitude to take, I guess. You don't want to get obsessed with things that you're not even going to see when you're playing with the models. Of course, as I said earlier, I don't play that much. I mostly mostly just build the things because I enjoy modeling and don't get much time to actually play with them. So for me, getting as much of the flash and stuff trimmed as I can is sort of my way of dealing with things. I'm noticing now how dry my hands are. It's from all the constant washing, I guess. Need to moisturize more. Fingernails really destroyed. So let's glue these three guns together. Pretty straightforward, I think. This goes on here, like that. And then this goes in there, like that. Do that twice. Trying to run a very small bead of glue. This is going to ooze out a bit, I think. That's not bad. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tiny notch there. It goes into that tiny notch there. Okay. One. Piece off the tape without dropping it on the floor. There we go. Lovely. Now this bit. Ooh. Glue running down the outside of the bottle. That is far too much glue there. Oh, well. Yep. Oh, look at that. Well, result in a good seal. Alright. So that's those two guns built. Dust up some of the sprue dust that's gathered on the table here. Be right back. Let's toss this in the garbage. Hey, can't believe I've been at this almost an hour and a half already. Where does the time go? Alright. So, according to this, a whole bunch of bits go on this dude. So, where to begin? Let's find these 3 antennas and glue them to the tops. There they are. Why'd they give me 4? Who knows? Is it like Lego bits, where you always get extras of the small pieces? Little trimming there. This piece is going to be glued down anyway, so it doesn't have to be perfect. I just don't want anything sticking out because I want this to be flush. Okay. And those go on top of this. Where's the box? Looks like they got them on the left side. What that is there. This is definitely going to require some patience, because there's nothing on the model, like no groove or anything for this. So I just have to stick it on, hold it in place. Big, stubby, clumsy fingers. Everybody meditating with me? No, not fully bonded. So I think like that. A little bit messy there. Hopefully that'll hold. Next one. One more. Okay? Yes, it survived. Hold out. Hold. Okay. Yeah, I've got glue on my fingers. Alright. That's those antennas done. What next? Should we stick on their right arms? These are their legs, right? These are right arms. No, I'm sorry, left arms. Looking at them. Left arms. Trim the join there. They're not bad. Lovely. These are, in fact, right arms. Okay. Switch those out of the way. Or attach them now. They go on there. Ball joint there. You could pose them up a bit, but not a great deal. Like that. How's everybody doing so far? It's relaxing, right? Probably be doing a few of these streams. Just because it's fun way to spend time with your friends online. A little longer. There we go. Excellent. One more. Slightly different pose this time. Move his arm down a bit. Okay. In that sense, let's attach guns to a couple of these. How does the gun attach to the arm? There's a flat bit here. And that glues onto this flat bit here. Should have more space. I should have glued the guns onto the arms before gluing the arms onto the torso. Aha. Goes like that. Like that. See? That's not so bad. I don't want it to lean on the gun which I just attached. There. Okay. Now this one is going to get a different gun. Not this Gatling gun, but this big old boy howdy gun. Oh, I had hoped that I would get all of these dudes done today and could prime them, but I'm not going to. I'm actually beginning to run out of time here, so I have to leave for work soon. That's fine. This means I have more to do with you, my friends in the internet, at a later date. Let's see how much I can get done in the next 20 minutes or so. And then we'll make a date to hang out again tomorrow. How do you feel about that, Jack? Filament of blue here. Okay. So relaxing. Okay. I feel like I shouldn't stick their other arms on. Oh, I can put their shoulder pads on. Are the shoulder pads the same for left and right arms? So here's the shoulder pads. Okay. The left arm shoulder pad has the little T'Au symbol on it. The right arm shoulder pad does not. So these are the right arm shoulder pads here. Ooh, did I just lose signal? Did my camera just freeze up? Hang on, dudes. I think I might have just frozen up. Give me a couple seconds here. Not sure what's going on. Nope, totally frozen. Huh. Huh. Well, that's a thing. I have no idea why everything is just frozen. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's back. Sorry about that. I don't know what just happened. But we're back. Just completely froze for a little bit there. we are getting close to closing time. Trimming these shoulder pads. So while I'm at work today, I'm going to grab some microphones and our streaming soundboard so that we can, next time we stream, have better audio. Alright, and this shoulder pad goes on like so. Yeah. I think what we'll do for today, we'll put legs on these guys, and then we'll call it a day for today's stream. And hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to do remaining assembly on them and prime them so that I can start painting them on Friday. There we are. Shoulder pads done. Let's give them some legs so they can walk around. Here's our legs. I like that the T'Au, even when they are, it's weird, even when they're wearing body armor, have hooves. Definitely their body armor has a very cloven hoof look to them. This is garbage. Just a little piece of screw bit. It goes. Yeah, this is where these feet were attached. Don't have to be trimmed too much because they're just going to be sticking to the bases here. Don't see much flash that needs trimming. Maybe a little adjustment here. They do a good job of hiding the mold lines in the edges of the model. right in here. One. These aren't going to be fun to paint. I can see a lot of little details. You always discover, as you're building the model, all these little details that are built into it, and those are going to be a lot of fun to work on, a lot of fun to paint. Wait for it to set. That's why this takes so long. I don't know how good a bond that is, but hopefully it'll dry over the next couple of moments while I attach the notes to this one. So that's it for our plastic glue for today, because we're going to use Zapagap to attach them to their bases. Should I attach them to the bases now, do you think? I think I'll hold off on attaching them to their bases until I've finished construction. So we'll wait on that. Okay. Well, yes, they are indeed stealth suits that I'm constructing. Welcome, Nate. So yeah, I've started construction on a trio of stealth suits. They are one of my projects as I am isolated. So I've got my 3 stealth suits. So far today, I have done their guns, left arms, their antennae, and their legs. Sadly, I have to log out momentarily. So I was saying earlier, I think the stealth suits look goofy. That's why I haven't built any up until now. I need them for my army, because I think just my fire warriors are going to get stomped on if they're all that I have. So I'm building these folks for Kill Team. I just need them as something heavier. But I feel like they look like the penguin aliens from the Fifth Element. They are very silly looking troops. But I do have, which I will begin construction on sometime soon. Where did I put him? Ah, my T'Au Empire commander. So he's one of my next projects. So that'll be a bigger project for another day. For today, I've been working on my stealth suits. So yeah, I have to log out nowish, but we do have most of one drone built. I'd say 3/4 of 3 stealth suits built. The next thing that I'm going to have to do when we stream tomorrow is put their left arms on, their left arm shoulder pads on, and put their faces on, and glue them to their bases. I have to make this weird little thing here, which is just a thing glued to a 25mm base, so that's easy and quick. And then I can prime them and start painting them. Nate says I could look for the older models because they look like normal troops. I suppose I could. I do have, Nate, one older model that I'm going to be building, which is this dude right here. So he's going to be something I'm going to be pulling out at some time soon. Like I said at the beginning of the stream, he is a single resin piece, so he doesn't require construction. He just needs a lot of trimming before I can prime him and start building him and start painting him. So yes, old ethereal. He will provide backup, basically. So yeah, I'm having some fun building some models. I hope you are well, Nate. I know you had work, so I hope things are okay at Harvard. I am going to punch out for or end the stream for today. Amanda may be able to stream later today. I'm not certain if she's going to be able to do that or not, but I'm going to leave things set up in such a way that she could do it if she desires. I am going to be at Battleground, open from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. So for anybody watching this, if you need models, if you need role-playing books, if you need cards, you can certainly come in and purchase them at the store. We do offer curbside pickup, so if you call ahead, you can have curbside pickup. So yeah, I hope to be back tomorrow at noon to finish building these stealth suits and maybe get a start on either my ethereal or my commander. So I hope you will be able to join me tomorrow at noon. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and I have had a lot of fun doing a little bit of construction today. Keep keeping on, keep taking care of each other, and isolate together. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Have a great day.